Today, we're going to talk about what you should be eating if you want to stop memory loss dead in its tracks. This is really important for all seniors, especially those over 70 years of age, because after 70, our brains start to shrink. So, this is why it's so important to do everything that we can to protect our brains. There are three primary things that destroy our memories. First is inflammation. Second is oxidative stress or free radicals. And third is insulin resistance. Today, we're going to focus on foods that target each one of these areas. But there's one other thing that's also important. If you want to keep your memory sharp, it's vital to challenge your mind regularly. You have to use it or you lose it. There's great evidence that shows that people that play brain games regularly, such as chess, poker, Sudoku, crosswords, their memories tend to be much better than those seniors that don't challenge their mind. Now, if you're not into games, you can take classes, learn a new language, learn to play an instrument, or read more books. Anything that challenges your mind will help to stimulate your brain and keep it working at its best. Now let's get to the three categories that destroy our memories and what you should be eating to prevent that from happening. The first category that destroys our memories is inflammation. Inflammation in the brain and body generally is caused by two things: omega-6 fatty acids and sugar. Omega-6 fatty acids are found in vegetable oils like corn oil, canola, cottonseed, safflower, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, and even cheaper quality olive oil. These types of oils contain high amounts of linoleic acid, which is an essential fatty acid that, when consumed in excess of what our bodies need, can turn into inflammatory hormones that cause damage to our cells and our DNA. Sugar, especially fructose or fruit sugar, is another thing that causes a tremendous amount of inflammation. When we consume too much of this type of sugar, it creates advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which also cause inflammation. And we know that inflammation is at the heart of most diseases, including Alzheimer's disease. We also know that chronic inflammation is at the root of all cognitive decline and memory loss. This is why it's so important to eliminate vegetable oils and sugars from your diet as much as possible. Foods that help fight inflammation are foods that are high in antioxidants like berries, cherries, leafy greens, green tea, turmeric, dark chocolate, walnuts, and flax seeds. One of my favorite anti-inflammatory foods is extra virgin olive oil. Not only does it taste amazing, but it has powerful anti-inflammatory properties, especially when it's cold-pressed and high quality. You see, there are different qualities of olive oil. The cheaper olive oils are often rancid and oxidized due to processing, and they're full of oleic acid, which is the unhealthy version of omega-6. The more expensive boutique olive oils, on the other hand, are unfiltered, unprocessed, and cold-pressed. They undergo very little processing, and because of that, they retain their natural antioxidant compounds like oleocanthal. Oleocanthal has been shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and it has the ability to decrease inflammation in the brain by up to 40%. It's so potent that it's similar to ibuprofen, so the next time you're cooking, try to use extra virgin olive oil. And don't worry about consuming it at high temperatures because extra virgin olive oil has a higher smoke point than you think. In fact, researchers found that extra virgin olive oil can be used at temperatures up to 480 degrees Fahrenheit without losing its antioxidant properties. That's almost 300 degrees Celsius. And since most home ovens only reach 400 degrees Fahrenheit, you shouldn't have any problem using this healthy oil for baking or cooking. The second category that destroys our memories is called oxidative stress or free radicals. Free radicals are highly reactive molecules that have an unpaired electron, and when our body encounters them, they can react with our proteins, fats, and DNA, causing great damage. Some of the primary sources of free radical damage are air pollution, cigarette smoking, alcohol abuse, poor diet, sun exposure, and certain medications like statins. Food additives like MSG, also known as monosodium glutamate, can create an excessive amount of free radical damage in the brain as well. So, it's always a good idea to avoid this dangerous additive that's found in many processed foods. You see, free radicals contribute to all sorts of diseases like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease. They can increase the risk of cognitive decline, dementia, and strokes. And one of the best ways to neutralize free radicals is with antioxidants. And no, you don't need to buy antioxidant creams or lotions. Nature already made the best antioxidants in foods like berries, dark chocolate, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, citrus fruits, green tea, turmeric, and herbs like rosemary. Of all the antioxidants in food, curcumin found in turmeric is probably one of the most studied. And the reason it's so popular is because it has been shown to improve brain function and memory in a number of studies, especially in people with Alzheimer's disease. In fact, curcumin is so powerful that scientists are now trying to develop a drug from it to treat Alzheimer's disease. The third category that destroys our memories is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance develops when our bodies become less sensitive to insulin, which triggers elevated levels of sugar in the blood. Over time, this can lead to inflammation and oxidative stress, which we already talked about. Insulin resistance can also trigger an overgrowth of harmful bacteria in our gut, which then produces toxins that leak into our bloodstream and our brain. These toxins are called lipopolysaccharides, and they can trigger microglial activation in the brain. Microglia are immune cells in the brain, and when they get activated, they release pro-inflammatory cytokines that destroy our brain cells. This is why it's so important to maintain healthy blood sugar levels. One way to do that is to eat a low-carbohydrate diet, because the fewer carbs you eat, the less insulin your pancreas has to produce. Unfortunately, Americans consume way too many carbohydrates, especially added sugars, which is one of the main reasons why 1 out of every 3 adults is considered pre-diabetic or diabetic. Another way to reduce insulin resistance is to eat healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids, avocados, extra virgin olive oil, and pasture-raised eggs. Healthy fats help to reduce inflammation in the body, while unhealthy vegetable oils create inflammation. Healthy fats also feed the good bacteria in your gut, while unhealthy fats feed the bad bacteria. And remember, we want to feed the good bacteria. Speaking of good bacteria, there are trillions of bacteria in our gut that are absolutely essential for optimal brain function. Not only do these bacteria help to break down food, they produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which are crucial for normal brain function. They also help to regulate the stress hormone cortisol and support the intestinal wall so that you don't get leaky gut. Now, leaky gut is when toxins and undigested food particles penetrate the protective mucus and layer of your intestinal lining. Once this happens, you start getting microscopic leaks in the gut wall. Next thing you know, you have unwanted chemicals flowing into your bloodstream, which generates inflammation and stimulates the immune system. This is a major trigger for autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and lupus. So, to prevent leaky gut and boost good bacteria in your gut, consume foods that contain soluble fiber like cooked spinach, basil seeds, chia seeds, avocados, berries, cucumbers, and green apples. Soluble fiber acts as food for the good bacteria in your gut, and in exchange, they'll produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that help to repair the protective mucus and layer of your intestinal lining. Finally, there's something else that you can do to help clean out the bad bacteria and repair your gut, and that's to fast for 16 hours per day. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go for long periods of time without eating. It just means that you have to limit your eating window to 8 hours per day. For example, you could start eating at noon and finish eating at 8 p.m. During those 8 hours, you can eat whatever you want. But the key is to not eat for the other 16 hours. During this time, your body will detoxify and repair itself. In fact, fasting has been proven to help heal the inner lining of your gut. So, those are 7 ways to stop memory loss dead in its tracks. I put the timestamps below so you can jump around the video. And if you'd like to see a previous video about the best foods to improve your memory, click the link below. Also, if you're interested in taking my free 7-day healthy eating challenge, visit my website. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.